Hello, this is 102, and welcome to my Disco Elysium stream. So, last time when I played Disco Elysium, I was exploring some parts of the western area of Martinez, and I got to explore a church. I had some spiritual encounter. I found a dead body, another one, and I had my intellect forever tainted by teenage degeneracy. That's pretty much it. That's what happened. It's actually funny, when I finished the stream the last time, I I checked the title of the stream, which was a cold case, because I was exploring this part of town that was completely covered in snow and there was ice everywhere. But then I found a body of the middle class husband that I was looking for. He was a disappeared man. I found the body, and the body was also quite old. Like, he died way before the start of the game. Like, not way before, but before we started the investigation. So that was... we can say that was a cold case, actually. I just found it funny. What was I doing here anyway? Ah, right. I also managed to meet the lead programmer of the Viral Untethered video game, who now is doing some research about the Pale. Honestly, there are a lot of interesting developments, none of them related to the case, of course. I'm slowly starting to accept that Disco Elysium is going to be a bunch of side quests, and I'm not really going to do any sort of progress in this murder case that I'm trying to investigate, because we are way too incompetent for that. It just doesn't work. I'm not cut out for this. I can talk to people, I can give you some random trivia, but as far as the investigation go, yeah, nothing relevant was done.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. A lush layer of coal now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkles. Your hands look ancient.
That's nice. Hold on, what's that?
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall.
Nothing important. Okay, let's check the tasks. Oh, we need to report the dead body to the station. That's right. I need to do that. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, maybe I can do this too. Whoa, it's already evening. Okay, let's call the police. Okay, that
Inside,
which
you see a
sounds
set of
very
steering
silly to
levers,
say as a police
radio
officer.
microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Give me the radio.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
I need to report a dead body.
One moment. Can you please describe the body? Age, sex, cause of death?
We suspect he might have been inebriated when he fell. There were bottles all around him, and traces of vomit on his shirt.
Any signs of violence? No field autopsy necessary.
You can hear her quickly typing in the background.
What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes?
Okay, he was wearing boots, trousers, an old leather jacket with a bright blue lining, and I found a library card from his pockets.
Any information on the library card?
It's from Central Jamrock Public Library. It belongs to someone named Billy Magin.
Good. You have a lead. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else?
Assign it to someone else, Alice. We've got enough on our plate.
Great. I'll give it to your colleagues. You don't have to worry about the case anymore. We'll send our officers to take away the body. That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Have you heard back from the ICP?
No. And I doubt they'll get back to me before tomorrow morning. Anything else?
No.
57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
So let's bring the bird to guard. And I still didn't find the cryptozoologist. Nah, I need to go back. I mean, it's evening, but it's not that late yet.
Can I help you? What is this thing?
I found a new bird for the winning. It's no biggie, I just thought it would look nice on the wall. I'm that kind of cop.
What, the interior decorating kind? You know, I'm sorry. This is actually a nice bird. A competent piece of taxidermy. I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess. So, I don't know. Thank you. I'm gonna go with thank you.
People just don't know how to accept gifts, especially taxidermy. He likes it. He likes the bird. It solves his broken bird problem.
I feel good about our work here today. It's all about the little things, like bringing people random stuffed animals.
It's not actually about that, but he liked it.
Okay. Another thing done. Can't I just... I would like to fast travel. Thank you very much. So I noticed that there were some other people. I want to check this out. Let's see. I really want to try and find the cryptozoologist before the day ends.
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years. Dripping water falls from a high place. All you can see is the shadow of a collapsing staircase. There's rust and corrosion on the bars. They're foaming with it. And a small layer of white salt from the sea.
Ah, Lieutenant, can you see what's inside?
No. I won't even try. You know, I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad.
Oh, I see. Can you still shoot though? I mean, I could see you failing a shot, but then again, I also failed that same shot, so doesn't count. So can you still shoot?
Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I passed my shooting courses 7 out of 10.
Oh, can't pass by here. Can I go there? Yes, and there is somebody. Tiny cages, carefully constructed. Maybe that's him?
Here we go.
Yeah.
Nice and easy. No way out, little guys. Not out of this jam.
We found him.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap. He notices you.
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officers.
Is that the police? Why are the police here?
Mind your own business, Gary, the crypto fascist. What even is a crypto fascist?
Don't worry, Gary. I'll handle it.
Yeah, you heard the man. The crypto fascists. What? Okay, I need to talk to you later.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Oh, your wife is looking for you.
That's sarcasm. He takes no pleasure from your appearance.
Let's get down to business, I suppose. Nah, I wanna see. You don't seem so happy to see the RCM.
Oh, no. It's all right. I'm just busy. What's this about?
Lena sent me. She's worried about you.
Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the 881.
The 881 is a raised motorway that separates Martinez from Jamrock. The labyrinth of streets underneath it makes it difficult to pass, not like walking over a nice water lock.
So should I tell him? Nah. Let's not tell him.
Oh, good. We should really be getting back. Gary could use a hot shower and a warm bed.
Did he say we can go back now?
Are you deaf?
Yes, Gary. We can go soon. If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
Sir, your wife is waiting for you.
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we're going.
Lena seems pretty eager for you to return.
And I'm eager to return to her, I assure you. But I can't leave before we finish with these traps. My wife understands that just as well as anyone.
Come on, Morale. We've been soaking out here for days. It's time to go back.
And leave the traps? Absolutely not. I won't let Lena down.
Come on, she wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon.
Won't let Lena down? Sounds like the cryptozoologist's wife shares a special connection to the phasmid somehow.
I didn't know the phasmid was so important to Lena.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting, on record. One of only 4 this century, and it's hers.
She sighted the phasmid? She didn't tell me that.
Yes, that's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine. Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. I can't abandon course now.
You don't look so good. Maybe you could go back to the wheeling, warm up, come back later.
No, no, no. The traps need to be monitored on a regular schedule. What would we do if the phasmid were to starve while we were sipping tea at the hostel?
He's dead set on this.
Tell me more about this phasmid.
Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it.
How big is this phasmid?
I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of phasmid, called the Megaphasmodea zoensis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm. So,
So what makes it so difficult to find since it's so huge?
good question. Being a phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter. In this case, the reeds. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there? And I suspect it may have also developed other specialised techniques to protect itself from predators, or scientists, in our present case.
What sorts of specialized techniques is the phasmid using to hide itself?
It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defences that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex. but I cannot describe how these defenses work, much less how they evolve, without studying a live specimen.
A ghost insect, he said? These people are looking for a ghost.
Ghost insects, so you're ghost hunters.
No, that is precisely what we're not. We are zoological specialists, looking for an extant species of phasmid.
This is maybe a dumb question, but why are you so interested in it?
Typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the apex of my, of any, cryptozoologist's career. But to study it and its defenses, find out how it stayed hidden so long. Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts.
So no one's ever found one.
Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real.
It's clear that his obsession with the phasmid is driven by something more than the pure pursuit of scientific advancement.
By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition.
Lena said there has been a sighting of it here in
Yes,
Martinez.
the most recent sighting was by a couple of teenagers along the coast here. That's what brought us to Martinez specifically. It's the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for this species, but with all the sewage runoff upstream, it probably doesn't matter much anymore.
Maybe the Insulinian phasmid has died out?
I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis.
He means asexual reproduction. The females of the species don't need to mate to produce viable eggs. This makes it easier for a species with a small population to survive.
That's pretty clever.
Yes, Insulindian phasmid is a very clever insect. That's why it's so damn difficult to catch. But as a scientist, I'll try my best to remain dispassionate.
Tell me more about these traps.
Well, they may not look impressive, but Lena designed them quite cleverly, so I'm sure they'll do the trick.
Lena did this?
Yes,
How do they work?
simple. Attracted by the locusts, the phasmid crawls down the funnel and, having eaten its fill, can get back out. At least, that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution, but we didn't want to use anything that might damage the specimen's delicate exoskeleton.
What are you using as bait?
Locusts. Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course. But we've hypothesized that the Insulindian phasmid might occasionally prey on other insects.
Inside the traps, a number of locusts crawl and tumble over one another in a tiny, chittering swarm. A meat-eating stick insect? Does it pretend to be the reeds as part of its ambush behavior? This seems unlikely.
Yeah.
Thank you for your opinion. We have also included plant material in the traps to satiate your skepticism.
What will you do if these traps don't work?
They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis, using locusts as bait, accounts for the failure of previous efforts by other teams, which use plants. We have given this some thought. Yes. What?
What if we checked the traps for you?
I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer.
Chaos is my method. I am its Sion. Cryptozoology and detective work are very similar.
Yes, indeed. Both require a great deal of research, attention to detail, and, above all, persistence.
What if I encountered the phasmid in the wild?
That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do, I'll spray you with a pheromone mixture I developed. It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite potent. Will last you about a week.
I don't know. No, I don't want this.
Your choice. As I said, the chances of you encountering the phasmid are next to zero.
But you feel you should have it on you. Something bad might happen.
Oh. Really?
Don't mess around. Take the pheromone. It'll make you sexier.
All right. Let's try. Change my mind.
I hope you're not buying this. It dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it would be precious like holy water.
It is precious. A single dose cost me 50 real to develop. Not that I expect you to understand self-financing one's own research.
What do I do if there's a phasmid in one of those traps?
Bring it to me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight.
He's not comfortable with the possibility that you'll claim the find, but he's lying about this even to himself.
What are the traps?
There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little peninsula, by the boathouses there. It's very near. Another we set in Land's End, to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there, on your way to the old radio tower, after the church.
Okay.
The third is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds going up the slope, and among them, you should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, but still, better safe and stupid than sorry.
That seems like a lot. Do we really have time for this extracurricular venture?
What, aren't you having fun?
Is it?
If you think it's important, you have been right before.
I'm ready, let's get to it.
Right. Which means you two can pack up and go back to the whirling.
Whatever he thinks about this detour, it's clear that these men are exhausted and in need of assistance.
Finally, someone's talking sense.
Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp. If you have any more questions, now's the time to ask. We'll be gone once you get to it.
If it's more cryptid-related business you want to discuss, you'll have time for that later too. But what if the information is vital? On the hunt.
How did you become a cryptozoologist?
I've just always liked animals and puzzles. Searching for cryptids is a bit of both.
So you're living your childhood dream.
It's not child's play, just because I have to traipse through the mud every so often.
Why not just be a zoologist?
Real. I know you think one is a respectable profession, while the other is superstition. Everyone does.
Honestly, being a cryptozoologist trumps most of the garbage I've seen people do.
My methods do not differ from other scientists. I simply draw upon a wider variety of evidence. And I have more hope that something truly surprising might happen.
Has anything truly surprising ever happened to you?
No, as I said, I have yet to catch a cryptid, although I have come close. Close enough to keep trying.
Interesting. Something for later, this close call.
What kinds of evidence do you use?
Everything from forgotten regional lore to newspaper accounts, like the one that brought us here, to look for the phasmid. I keep a very open mind.
He's interested in things that people believe that scientists don't.
You think other scientists don't listen to ordinary people enough?
Most establishment scientists only care about reputation and remuneration, not real research.
And you're right.
And certainly not the truth. They're a cowardly lot. And both the field and basement archives can be dangerous places.
You're a bit right on that. Lots of scientists nowadays only care about reputation and remuneration. You're not entirely wrong there. So, never discovered a cryptid?
No. Very few cryptids are ever discovered, and not for a lack of trying. To stay hidden is a cryptid's primary quality. It's even in the name, cryptid.
How many cryptids have been found?
Of the list of cryptids kept by the Cryptozoological Society of Chemney, which is 4,082 items long, about 2,000 have been confirmed as hoaxes. 2 are categorized as confirmed discoveries. The rest are in differing stages of discovery, refutation, and data collection.
Only 2 proven to be real.
Yes, the Chateau Quan forest pygmy, who turned out to be an extinct species of primate, and a cave salamander from Yugograd, who is, honestly, quite unremarkable. It's in a zoo somewhere. We cryptozoologists are brutally honest with ourselves, more so even than the public. With cryptids, most cryptids are hoaxes or they are never found. That does not mean we should stop searching.
Then the Insulindian phasmid will be the 3rd.
Indeed. If our expedition is successful, every paper in the world will report on it. From Revachol to Dushantu. It will be a zoological miracle.
He has clearly done his math on this. There is no surprising him or swaying his opinion.
Yes?
I'll get going.
Hello, I'm Gary. Very generous of you to help us out, officer.
You look so different from your model. I think. I don't know, they look like different people.
Yellow man. I mean, officer.
Yellow man? Really?
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and takes out his notebook.
Man, by the time I finish this game, Kim's eyebrow is gonna have biceps. My god.
Yellow man. Interesting. This is something to ask him about, after a little probing first.
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization.
Yeah, I'm more of a city boy too.
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
Degenerates, this man respects authority too much. To see the truth inscribed upon thine own visage. Pretend thou art a paragon of virtue.
I am neither of those things, I can assure you. I'm by the books, clean as a whistle, officer of the law. I'm not even tempted to touch intoxicants.
I've been tempted on occasion, but someone has to stay strong for Revacol.
You mean Revachol?
He pronounces Revacol with a hard K, unlike other people.
You said Revachol?
I like to pronounce it the hard way, the old way, the Vespertine way.
He winks at you, trying to relay some hidden message, inviting you to mispronounce it too, perhaps. It's odd. It's a secret rite, a very fringe nationalist handshake, probably.
Oh. Do you know anything about the man hanged behind the winning and rags?
Oh, so that's what the RCM in Martinez is about. Great. Great to hear someone's finally taking care of that.
So you do know something about it?
No. Nothing. He was some kind of mercenary. But everyone here knows that. I'm just glad to hear you're looking into it. That's all.
He didn't kill him or anything, but there's something going on here.
Is this your mug?
My mug? Why would you think that?
It seems as if you Man, I need to sleep. It seemed as if you were calling to it longingly when you cried Yellow Man.
Oh, no, that's not... Why would I be calling to a broken mug?
Alright, I believe you. You look like the kind of man who knows it's a crime to lie to an officer.
Okay, I admit it. I threw the mug away in the trash container behind the hostel. I know I shouldn't have, And I am very sorry, officer.
Huh? You threw the mug away in the trash container behind the hostel. But the trash container behind the hostel is locked. And not many people besides guards and the waste disposal people have access to it. So how did you open it?
You're not going to find me, are you?
Nah, Gary, I just want information.
Whew. Thank you. You won't regret this. I won't use another man's property to dump my garbage ever again. I don't know what got into me, really. Work has been stressful lately. Damn Koiko's price dumping us out of competition.
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing. Nothing. Just answering some questions. Helping out the law.
How did you get into the trash container?
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services. CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez,
Why would you need to get into everyone's trash?
so I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Bohemians run it like a mob. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself.
Disgraced? No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container.
He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer.
Gary, did you put the clothes of a murder victim, the man who was hanged behind the whirling rags, into that trash trap? Oh my god, what's going on this evening? Into the trash container?
Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that.
Do?
I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know?
Okay, then what happened?
Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the Whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly. Okay. I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
Right. It was just civic duty.
Makes no sense to me.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Civic duty.
But why? A civic duty.
As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard this sound before, but where?
What's that strange sound?
What sound?
Don't mess with me. I think you know what I'm talking about.
I haven't the slightest. There's lots of weird stuff out here in the reeds, though. Insects, trash. Could be the wind shifting some garbage nearby.
The sound you heard was not the sound of something easily abandoned.
You wouldn't know anything about the victim's missing armor, would you?
Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know he was wearing armor. But I don't know anything about it.
An infant could see he's not telling the truth, but he's too scared to admit more wrongdoing.
Let's move on for now.
I hope I could help your investigation in my small way.
Are you a cryptozoologist too?
No. I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way. But I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own.
After all this time with Morel, he must have an opinion on cryptids. This could lead to a good one.
I'm into cryptids. Do you have a favorite?
Oh, yes, the burning rhino. Morel doubts he's real, but I don't much care, because I won't be the one looking for him out in Safra Serai.
What's a burning rhino?
A rhinoceros that looks ordinary during the day, but burns brightly by night. Well, at least the males do.
Why only the males?
The flames are not just for decoration. They are an integral part of the beast's mating behavior.
How so?
During the burning rhino's mating season, herds of male rhinos, all aflame, encircle herds of female rhinos, forming a fiery ring as they begin to copulate loudly. Local peasants call it the passion ring. They fear the rhinos, as perhaps they should. Anyway.
Mainly because, you know, they're rhinos. Rhinos are very scary.
The lieutenant sighs without looking up from his notes. It's clear the burning rhino is dear to him on many levels, some even spiritual.
How do they burn?
They have special ducts just above their shoulder blades that secrete a combustible fluid. When the rhino is just beginning to light itself, it looks as though it has wings of fire.
But how is this combustible fluid lit?
How does the lighting of this fluid actually work?
The rhino starts running very fast to build heat, then stops, raises its head, and sparks fly from its neck, setting its back ablaze.
I want to be just like that rhino, running through the night with guns blazing.
We don't really do that around here.
Perhaps we should have more such decisive action in Revacol. You know, this city used to be a flaming rhino once, a long time ago.
You were surprised to see my colleague, Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Seol. I meant no offense, truly.
The lieutenant is a native of Revachol.
Oh, yes. Of course he is. I was just speaking about his connections. Let's change the subject, okay?
Sounds like some conspiracy topic. You might be able to discuss it with him when the lieutenant isn't here, if you can remember it. Return without the lieutenant. For this, your balance organ thinks it's a waste of time.
Composure. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for your cooperation. I'm gonna move on. Ooh. +1 savoir faire. And here's the cage.
There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the same one you saw Morel set before. Same mesh, same wiring. Behind you, the ruins of a residential building rise over the reeds, shielding them from the wind. The reeds rustle confidently. Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them.
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go.
No need to grin. I'm not expecting to find anything. I'm helping some citizens and getting some fresh air.
I meant no offense, just...
That's okay, Kitsuragi. As I told you the last time, it's side questing. We need the experience. Because I am still not a decent cop. Huh, what's this?
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
I can always rely on visual calculus.
A row of ghostly shades stand facing the wall. There are many of them, a dozen at least, their heads lowered and eyes blindfolded. It's quiet, no sound, no movement. "10 meters away, other shades are lined up in an orderly manner, automatic rifles primed. A gust of wind blows by. The coats of the firing squad flap slowly in the breeze. A single person stands on the side. A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading. Rain and brine have since washed all the blood away. Not a trace remains. The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here, or they did not use a conscience round, where only one soldier has the loaded rifle. Looks like this was a mass execution with everyone fully armed.
That's quite horrifying.
A host of men, probably in everyday clothes, ragged from the conflict and covered in dust. They were not sitting, a common practice for executions in some nations, as demonstrated by the height level of the bullet holes. They stand, facing the wall. It's impossible to discern any details about their personality or background. Ordinary people, familiar, each and every one of them. Collateral damage on the path toward normalcy and progress. Such is your belief, officer. Maybe you should change it. They were praying, screaming. 7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats, holding automatic rifles aimed at the people. Soldiers from some side, but from which one? The commandant, the one who gives the order. Machine gun fire crackling through the air. The lights of the muzzle flashes dancing on his face.
Who was who in this execution?
I don't know. I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties involved in the revolution. Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War. Or it could have been the communists, put to death during the last stretch of the conflict by the coalition forces.
Remember what Trent Heidelstein said about Veld?
What if it was the Feld personnel when their assets were being seized by the revolutionaries?
Another likely scenario.
Or maybe
What about people from the coalition, the so-called moralists?
Yeah, it's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. They were always the last ones against the wall. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation, it was a commandant, the superior giving the orders.
a cold sea wind blows away the figures.
Fallen people. What? It's a hat. Oh, so this could be very useful. Okay. Nothing else to see. Land's End. far northeast of the Feld building. So maybe here. Let's check it out. Nah, maybe later. Oh, there it is.
A familiar apparatus lies among the reeds, another one of Morel's traps, weighed down by stones to keep it in place. The reeds sway in the coastal breeze. They seem to be waiting for something. This trap is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of any cryptozoological beast inside.
Another empty trap.
Let's keep going. The next one is the lucky one.
Yep. The next one has a crab trapped in it. These are just crab traps, you do realize?
Yeah, that's true. What's this? Cigarette butts. There's a lighthouse. Ah, a radio relay tower. Chomo Tiri. The cigarette butts. Okay. Let's check here.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
Nah, I don't think this will work. I'm probably going to break the handle off the door. What is this thing anyway?
It's military. A service depot of some sort.
Service what?
The washerwoman mentioned a depot at the coast. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay. This might be it.
Okay, my interfacing skill sucks too much. We can return later. Maybe I can do a fast travel. Can I? No. I cannot. What if I get here? Yeah, now it works. Origin do disco. There it is.
This trap's not too hard to spot, once you know what to look for. Keeping it hidden has not been a priority for the cryptozoologist. The reeds bend forlornly toward the water. Some tufts have been crushed. The broken stalks, sickly pale against the darkness. In the east, the city center hums to you. Nothing but locusts in this trap as well. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity.
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we're done.
You getting tired?
No, I'm fine. I didn't mean to complain, it's just...
Huh? +1 to Kingdom of Conscience. Interesting. Kingdom of Conscience. Moralist Pants. Okay, interesting. Okay, let's check the trap again. Should be around here, right? Hold on.
This is the last of the traps. The one Morel just set. Checking it over, he said, is just a technicality.
Okay, hold on. I wanna dress for the occasion. So let's see. Physical instrument. Interfacing. Composure. Reaction speed. Savoir-faire. Okay, let's see.
This is the last of the traps. The one Morel just set. Checking it over, he said, is just a technicality. The reeds by the abandoned campsite sway and tremble while the snow falls all around. It's good the cryptozoologists left. This isn't a very cozy place to stay night after night. The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here. No locus.
Oh.
No phasmid either, but still.
Look closer.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there, I just see an empty trap.
The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others. Like someone or something picked the trap up and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground.
Actually, I do get the feeling that someone or something may have messed with the trap.
Perhaps our cryptozoologists have competition in the form of an actual entomologist, or someone else is sabotaging them. I could present more theories, but then I would be taking this on as a case, which I'm not.
But what if it was the phasmid?
Right. Anyway, that's for the cryptozoologists to figure out now. We are not cryptozoologists. We are cops.
Let's stay like this.
These are some wonderfully regular pants. Not too tight, not too loose, moderate in every sense. You'll blend right in at some pleasant dinner party.
I like regular, normal things.
I know you do. These inter-Isolari pants are like wearing a perfect compromise in your nether regions. No one will call the moral intern on you like this, that's for sure. You're a little more moralist now, buddy. A little more normal, even if you didn't want to be.
You know what? Let's go. You're still working over there.
Yes, what is it?
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now.
It's fun time. You guys are still on about this?
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
Nah, let's avoid this. for the moment.
It's great to see you again, officer. My wife can't wait to thank you. Go on, talk to her.
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
I'm basically also a cryptozoologist now.
I knew it.
I'm not surprised. It's already getting out of hand.
Well, in that case, sweetie, let me give you a small token of my gratitude. It's a tie, Mescan origin. The pin is an antique, quite special to the cryptozoological community.
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull with 8 eyes. You could ask her about this when you get the time. It's probably a cryptid, but the phasmid, of course, is more important.
You never told me you've seen the phasmid.
Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings.
Ramblings? Nonsense. Your description of the phasmid is the most precise I've ever heard.
But darling, I didn't even get the size of it right.
Measuring things is important. How did she get the size?
You were a child, my dear. Really. It's extraordinary what you were able to describe. Now go on. Tell our friend about it. He's proven his interest in the field.
Reflexively, the lieutenant read his familiar notebook.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. When, all of a sudden...
Wait, when was this and how old were you?
I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 5.5 in Betancourt in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there.
Betancourt got bombed in the war. It used to be quite near, circa 20 kilometers from here.
What happened?
The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. I've never seen anything like it. I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds.
Did you follow it?
I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there knee-deep in mud, looking around me.
Then what?
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. That sort of thing. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morel.
We were on a date. Can you imagine? She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed report of the Insulindian phasmid I've ever heard. The sounds. She told me it hissed.
So that's how they met. This is beyond significant for them.
It did, yes. Like reeds in a gust of wind.
The way it moved, the colour, how some of its limbs were white, like marble. It matched perfectly with what I know from other accounts. It was amazing. If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that she restored my faith in my profession.
You were on a date.
Our first, yes.
The glance is tender, yes, but tempered by something else. A thought she can't express, even to him. Interesting.
Its limbs are white.
Not all of them. There is some white coloration reported, along with beige, where the camouflage ends.
How big was it?
It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's probably not the case.
What if it is the case?
Maybe you imagined it, Lena.
How could she? Who imagines this? She didn't know about the phasmid. This is the main thing here, what makes it a confirmed sighting. She had no previous knowledge of the insect.
So she couldn't have made it up, or imagined it.
That's true, yes. I'm almost certain neither my mother nor my grandmother knew of it. It was only when I started telling my story as a teenager that boys would tell me, Lena, you trying to tell us you saw the Insulindian phasmid out there in those reeds? Get out of here. They just give me a cider and ruffle my hair and tell me to stop dreaming. But I saw it.
Kim, what do you think of this?
I thought it was a wonderful story, man.
But I don't believe it. A child left unattended on a warm day. Children make up stories and then end up believing them.
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just such an impossibly sunshiny day. So warm.
That's all for now.
Nothing like the gratitude of a good woman. Now then, what can I do for you?
He tries to play it cool, remain professorial, but inside, this man is itching for some news on those traps.
So I checked all the traps.
Okay. And
one of them was empty.
completely empty?
Yes, there was nothing in the trap. No locusts, no phasmids.
No locusts? No phasmid either?
That's not ideal, but
The empty trap was the one at your campsite. Maybe this factors into it somehow?
I definitely left that one stocked.
Right from the campsite? Just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
She's engaging in a well-known self-deception called motivated reasoning. You should correct them.
Of course, more clever.
You're dealing with a subject near and dear to their hearts. It might behove you to tread lightly.
Yes, the Phantasmadeia picked off the locust and escaped. This is good news, though we'll have to reconsider the design of the traps, make them more secure.
Another trip to the reeds.
Are you sure you've exhausted all the alternative explanations?
Of course we have.
Wait, Morel. He may have a point. We have an obligation to rule out other hypotheses.
You're right, dear. It's a fair point. But what other explanation could there be? Pardon me. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news too. My gratitude, and the gratitude of the Société Cryptozoologique de Ravachol, is yours.
Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like closure? What really happened? Some kind of foul play might be afoot. Theft?
Thank you, it's an honor. We should probably return to our main investigation here. This has been refreshing, but...
Helping cryptozoologists isn't really a priority for our organization, is it? The lieutenant looks out the window, impatiently.
I insulted Morel? When? When did I do that? Have you noticed anything off about your friend Gary?
No. No, of course not. Why?
Are you sure?
Well, he's been a little unenthusiastic about the trip. More so than usual. That's understandable. He just wants to get home and warm up.
Let's talk about specific cryptids.
All right. What cryptids precisely? I usually discuss these things with specialists, so I don't know what.
We would have to discuss. He wants to say, but decides against it, since you've offered to help. You need to ask him about specific cryptids. Cryptids you've heard about from Lena, or his friend Gary. He won't just talk.
I know all about the kind green ape. Look, I even have a kind green ape pen.
I see you've been talking about cryptids with Lena. The kind green ape is one of her favourites. We travelled to South Safra to look for it once. Gary and I got stuck in a rainstorm though, and had to spend most of our time there in a little village. The search was fabulously unsuccessful, but the people were very nice. I'm glad they didn't understand what Gary was saying about them.
Yeah, the little racists. Hold on, I need to get some water. Okay, so...
Those people were on a different rung of the ladder of civilization. That's all.
Uh-huh.
You kept complaining about how dirty they were.
And I realized that their hygiene habits were completely appropriate for nascent culture. I just didn't feel comfortable. Let's change the topic.
Yeah, let's change the topic.
Yes, back to cryptozoology. You don't want to sow disagreement between friends.
Which cryptid did you almost catch? You said before that you almost caught one.
A willow person. It's a long story. One non-specialist would find rather dull.
Willow people? Not at all.
What are willow people?
They're not people, really. Some argue they aren't really animals. as they seem to have evolved directly from trees. They're very, very thin, almost flat in fact, and can camouflage themselves easily, wrapping themselves around trees and blending in with the tree bark. In that way, they're not too dissimilar from the phasmid we're looking for here.
Wait, so I may have seen this willow people without knowing it.
You probably have.
How did you almost catch a willow person?
Gary and I painted an entire grove's worth of trees in slow-drying paint. It was a bright lavender colour. I was hoping one of the willow people would get paint on it and not be able to camouflage itself. After waiting in hiding for hours, I saw a figure slip from one of the trees, a lavender shadow dashing through the grove.
And then?
I chased it with a net. Not very elegant. You can't be elegant in the field. And, well, it was faster than me.
A lavender shadow.
I know you think we were snacking on funny mushrooms. It's easier to mock someone than to admit that the world might be more interesting than you've imagined. Furthermore, I'm not saying it was a confirmed sighting. I'm painfully aware of what goes into verifying such things. There is a serious possibility that I saw a squirrel or a trick of the light. I am my own harshest critic.
He makes it a real point here to sound falsifiable.
And Lena's sighting of the phasmid? Is that...
Confirmed. It's 100% verified and meets all the standards of an authentic cryptid sighting.
The woman nods thoughtfully, while her hands smooth over the plaid covering her knees. There is some uncertainty in that motion, no? Smoothing the fabric like that, as if looking for some kind of confirmation.
I know about the most dangerous cryptid, the Gnome of Groma.
Formerly the most dangerous, yes. But do you know the most dangerous living cryptid?
No.
The most dangerous cryptid is a carnivorous ruminant, known colloquially as the Dread Moose.
Carnivorous ruminants? That's disgusting. Imagine an animal that ruminates on corpses. Not the best spectacle, yeah. The Dread Moose. Get out of here.
Yes, the Dread Moose subsists entirely on flesh. It has even been known to dig up fresh graves in search of sustenance.
Hold on, does it also attack people?
Human remains have been found deep in the forest, torn apart, then trampled into the mulch by large hooves. Infer from that what you will. Just like an ordinary Arden moose.
Then how can you tell if it's the ordinary or the dread kind?
You can't. That's what makes it so dreadful and hard to identify.
A moose that looks like any other moose. What's going on here? He's kidding, right?
I'm not completely sure about this Dread Moose.
The bodies found in the forest are just one piece of physical evidence. There's more.
What's the other evidence?
The recent surge in the moose population has hidden carnivores. The Dread Moose are effectively removing competition for both themselves and their evolutionary cousins.
But why would it need to hide its carnivorous nature?
Moose are already being hunted for sport. Can you imagine what would happen if they came to be viewed as predators?
What's the relationship between the moose, the carnivorous ones, and the regular
The carnivorous moose are a very young species, the result of a genetic mutation. that fared well in the process of natural selection. It makes sense that such a majestic animal with natural weapons, antlers, would come to rule the forest. The only strange thing is that it took so long.
Any reliable eyewitness?
One slaughterhouse at the outskirts of the woods in Vasa reported that its staff kept seeing moose in the distance. The moose would just stare at the building, as though they were waiting for something, its eyes bloodshot and full of cruelty.
That does sound suspicious.
And that's not all. Some of the slaughterhouse apprentices went hiking by a nearby creek and saw a moose nibbling on an unidentified carcass.
This isn't something unique. Various species of deer have been known to scavenge when plant food is scarce.
Yeah.
Anyway, there is more than enough evidence to justify a thorough search for the dread moose. Let's close the subject before it turns into an argument.
Here is a man who has had more than his fair share of heated arguments and would, surprising as it may seem, prefer not to have any more.
I know the biggest cryptid, the Giant of Coconur.
That's impressive, I guess. But have you seen it with your own eyes?
No.
Of course you haven't.
Have you seen it?
I haven't had a chance to travel to Coco Nor. No. And I likely never will. The Samaskil desert region has been embroiled in a small civil war for the last 8 years. I fear this mindless barbarism may have wiped out the elusive creature entirely. Sightings of towering luminosities have grown rare recently, while they once used to be constant.
Yes, sightings of mirages are constant. A mirage is a constant phenomenon that people have no time to report when a war is going on. It remains unclear what this has got to do with you seeing it, as he was inquiring before. He was just being defensive.
I know about Cryobacter catlensis.
Oh, everyone knows about that one, thanks to Professor Mijanu being the talk of the town for a time. Although, probably because her life ended as a result of her work in Gutler, no one remembers her contributions to the search for the Nongok.
Nongok?
A flightless cursor owl found in the Seminine Isles. Its long legs permit the Nongok to run faster than any other avian, perhaps any other animal, who knows. When it's not hunting its prey in this manner, the Ock hangs from tree branches, like a bat, waiting to dive on hapless prey below on the jungle floor. Mijanu liked extreme animals, you see. One of the few figures of the academic establishment I respect. Really a shame she disappeared.
When did she disappear?
Oh, decades ago. In the 30s. I didn't know her personally, of course. The chasm of academic pretension still stood before us, even though she had unusual courage for someone from the other side.
Your friend Gary told me about the burning rhino.
Did he? That one's a hoax. Some Seraise rice farmers set fire to rhinoceros cadavers and use them to scare tourists.
Gary obliviously stares at the stage, safe in the knowledge the burning rhinoceros exists.
Have you told Gary this?
Many times. It always turns into an argument. I don't want to repeat it. The rhino holds a special place in his heart. Let it. Myths are part of my field.
See, Kim, one of them is a hoax.
Which one?
The burning rhinoceros.
The burning rhino is where they draw the line.
What if you're wrong? What if it's real?
I doubt that. Once confirmed a hoax, so-called sightings of the rhino stopped. Was there anything else?
Just tell me about a cool cryptid. Any cryptid.
No offense, officer, but I'm not much of a pedagogue. I don't know what I would have done if Lena hadn't persuaded me to go back to field research. You should ask her if you want interesting stories. Me? I'm not a people person, unless you haven't noticed. And I don't make a good lecturer. My strength lies in field work and persistence.
Be friendly, dear. The detective really likes these critters. We've talked about them in great detail.
Now the man feels embarrassed. Time to move on, perhaps.
By all means.
This is cool.
Hello. Lena and I were just discussing the design of the new trap.
Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed, as though shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person. Hands small enough to fit inside the trap, too. You should ask the red-headed boy, Kuno.
Oh my god. I don't want to deal with kids anymore in this game. I really don't want to. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, it's not like I'm bad with kids. But I happen to be very, very bad at dealing with little shits. That's the problem. Because, you know, I was feeling quite comfortable talking with someone like Annette, for example. Those kind of kids, yeah, I can't deal with. I think a little hooligan called Kuno may have stolen the locusts.
A little hooligan? But what would a child want with bugs?
Beats me.
Oh, my dear Morel. You've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects almost as much as they love to torment old folks.
I'll talk to the little gremlin and see if anything comes up.
Delinquents, my favorite.
Yeah. Same.
Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please, let us know whatever you turn up. I have a feeling we're getting so close.
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play suzerainty, but no more field trips for me.
He hasn't been particularly forthcoming before. He may well still be hiding something. After he's left, it's too late.
Really, Gary? We're getting somewhere here. I'd love to play suzerainty, but...
No, you're not going anywhere.
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they'll steal it, even if it's bugs. Morel, it's been fun, really, but I need a bath and I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is done, I gotta run.
Yeah, deliveries.
No need to apologize, Geary. You'd be more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on that game of suzerainty today, though. We're gonna follow this through.
No, you're not going anywhere.
Always a pleasure to see an officer of the law.
Yeah.
I mean, officers.
Once more, you hear that odd clicking sound coming from Gary.
So, composure. Let's see if you can get something from the items. I'm afraid not. Oh, we got the shoes. Oh, okay, never mind. We actually have something for composure. Okay.
Always a pleasure to see an officer of the law. I mean, officers.
Once more, you hear that odd clicking sound coming from Gary.
Okay, let's try.
Is he? He's looking comfortable enough. Maybe it was just beads. Sounded like beads. But what kind of beads might a man like Gary be hiding beneath his clothes?
Gary, are you cross-dressing by any chance? Are you currently sporting some... Alright. Gary, are you cross-dressing by any chance?
Why would I do that, officer?
To feel closer to the fair sex? Ain't no shame in it, man.
But, officer, I'm not wearing any women's clothes.
Should I level this up? And try again? I probably should. If this guy leaves the area, he is lost. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try again. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Hello? Can I...
Always a pleasure to... I mean...
Once more, you hear that odd clicking sound coming from Gary.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, he keeps shifting uncomfortably, but you can't make head or tail of this sound. And honestly, it's rude to stare, so stop.
Alright. Then I give up.
Hey, was there something you needed?
Well, well, bringing him that new bird sure made a difference in his attitude.
I saw another thing at the well.
Another thing. Great. I love those.
No, that's nothing.
Yes?
Let's try talking to them.
Yes? What is it?
Look, something is really bugging me. Are we or are we not from the same police station?
God damn it, you leave her alone. Keep your weird bullshit to yourself and be professional for once, for fuck's sake.
I'm not talking to you.
Can I actually help you with something?
Yes, of course. Preposterous. I mean, you would remember if they were, right? Who forgets their squad mates? That's not possible.
Are you with him?
Of course I'm with him. Why do you ask?
He's an asshole. Nothing, just
The sooner
wondering.
you figure this hanging out, the sooner everyone can go home.
Again? I can't believe this shit.
Let's talk about the Ant-Man again.
Okay, why not? Let's do the whole thing over again. We're not wasting time. There is no time.
I'm in his hand.
So, do you know who hanged him?
Not yet.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't know. Why are you? Oh my god, there's more. You want something more? What is it?
Nah, it's nothing. Ah, man.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence.
Nothing here. I don't know what I should do. What should I do? I should ask Kuna. That's something I could do. Let's see. Is the little shit still there? Yes.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad. Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything.
Huh, I could try again with this one, but it's still low. You wouldn't happen to know anything about any missing locusts?
No, Kuno doesn't give a fuck about bugs.
So he knows locusts are bugs.
Oh my god, I told you that shit is lame!
Shut up, see.
Now they're gonna take you to lame prison!
She sounds like she's about to cry, out of disappointment at Kuno's newfound lameness.
Now hold on, no one is lame here. Just tell me what happened.
Deny everything, Kuno. You need to lawyer up.
Kuno's not gonna say anything without his lawyer present.
Lame. That rings some bells. Could this be connected to Night City, aka the City of Rage?
Kuno, is this about Rage City?
Oh god, Kuno, no! It's gonna happen now. They're gonna make you lame.
Stop it, see. No one's gonna make anyone lame. Kuno's got this under control.
There's definitely something going on here. You should check out Kuno's shack, the one with the pig's head.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
So, this one. Yep.
All around you, the hisses and chirps of locusts fill the musky air. The earthen floor of the shack has been shaped into mounds of mud, dotted with little holes for windows. Like skyscrapers, spires of dirt and sand rising. Accommodations for their insectoid inhabitants.
Well, detective, it appears you've solved the case. Of the locusts. Or the missing locust case, which is a sub-case of the imaginary insect case. So at least that's going well.
I am sorry, Kim, but it's just gonna happen. You need to loosen up a little bit, because this situation is clearly out of control. So just don't take it to heart, alright? Yes, precisely what I was thinking.
Yes. I feel we are nearing a real breakthrough.
You think the Insulinium phasmid is nearby?
If anything, the presence of the locust points to the opposite. The phasmid did not take the bait from the traps. It was Kuno. The phasmid doesn't exist. But what do I know?
Use your powers of deduction. You knew the magic bug was nowhere near here. The phasmid is impairing your judgment.
I'll let you handle the Kuno side of things. You are doing just fine.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad. Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything.
I know you took the locusts from the traps.
Yeah. Kuno took the bugs. So what?
You say you don't give a fuck about bugs. Then you go and build a whole bug town.
It's not Bugtown. It's the city of locusts. Locusts aren't just bug shit. They come out of the sky like a fucking shadow. Shit descends.
Stop!
Locusts coming down like a shadow. This must be the Night City he mentioned when you asked him where he's been.
So that in there is Night City.
Yeah, Locust City. City of Rage. City of Lights.
There's a tug of war over the name of his fantastical city. It's almost too big for his imagination. The girl forces herself to watch again, the corners of her eyes twitching from discomfort.
City of Rage sounds like a cool place.
Kuno, the pig wants to help you. Oh, that's how lame it is. Please just don't say you're...
An artist. Maybe I am an artist. You hear that, everyone? I'm a fucking artist now.
Yeah.
Did he just say I? Kuno usually calls Kuno, Kuno.
True. He's becoming... Kuno is a free Kuno now. He's becoming self-aware. Like that scene from the Bicentennial Man. I don't know which one I should choose. I feel like I should choose this one. But I also want to... Yeah, let's go with the first one. Hold on, did I hear you right? You said I.
Kuno made Kuno. Kuno says whatever the fuck he wants. There are no rules here, pig. I fucking say I when I wanna, and Kuno when I wanna. Kuno's free. Kuno's free to fucking die, bitch.
This is what he sometimes does when things get tense.
Anyway, making art is a worthy calling, and I'm something of an artist myself.
Oh my god, Kuno! He's gonna make you totally lame in, like, 3 seconds! Don't let him, Kuno!
Don't listen to her. She doesn't know what coolness here. She doesn't have any idea what coolness actually is. Listen to me.
Yo, fuck you, see? Kuno can be what Kuno wants to be. Kuno's his own man. Kuno's free. Kuno made himself into Kuno. Kuno can make himself into anything. Kuno can make himself into a pig if he wants. Kuno can make himself into a... Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Don't make yourself into a pig, Kuno. You'll have to take me away.
So that's what this is about.
That depends on the choices you make, young girl.
Without a word, she disappears entirely behind the fence. For once, the boy is lost for words. He turns completely red now, with splotches of white beginning to appear across his face. You've got him. Now convince him to leave the cryptozoologist's traps alone.
Hmm. Hmm. I don't know, he's always so defiant, so if I have always the feeling that if I try to ask him something, he's just going to say no, because I asked him. I mean, let's try. The worst that can happen is that he says no.
I don't give a shit. I don't need the locusts anyway. Shit is all lame now. C was right.
The girl's face appears again, above the fence, just long enough to make eye contact with Kuno.
I had to ask, what does the city of locusts mean?
It don't mean anything. It's shit. Kuno just likes to focus. Kuno likes to concentrate on shit. Build shit when he's zipping hard. Fuck. Pig, you really shouldn't have fucked with Kuno City. Now it's all fucking lame.
What's gonna happen to the locusts?
Kuno's gonna let the fucking locusts die.
Okay, then I'll be off.
The fuck are they trying to catch anyway? With the traps?
The insulinian phasmid.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
He recognizes the name.
So, you know what the insulinian phasmid is?
Bitches think Kuno doesn't know shit. The fuck out of here. Kuno's tired of this shit.
There's silence between the two children. They're not saying anything to each other, nor looking in each other's direction.
Interesting.
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Child, converse with me.
Murder was the case they gave me.
I'm gonna come over there.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad. Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything. Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Okay. I was wondering if there was something else I could do. I still got time. Like another half of an hour to stream. I want to do something else before finishing the day in the game. Let's try to talk to Kuno's. See what happens.
Whoa. What have we here?
A bridge?
A bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation if there ever was one.
Kim, it looks like we got a construction code violation.
True. They never cleaned up the war damage. The rest of Revachol looks better, though.
But Lieutenant, think about the splinters.
The bridge is fine enough. Locals use it all the time, after all. It's nothing to worry about. Shall we?
The voice in my head just panicked.
Trying to sneak up on me again? Trying to snuff me out? Get away, pig!
This could be interesting.
The door has braved the elements for decades. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and so is the knocker, shaped like a lion's head. No answer.
I know you're in there.
That already defeats the point, doesn't it? Let's get out of here.
Not a sound. The silence is eerie.
Ah, come on, dude. I wanted to talk to you. I want to know why Evrard wants to scare you or something.
As you turn to leave, you hear footsteps on the other side. Yes, someone's definitely home.
We should leave and go talk with Evrard. Tell him what happened, that we couldn't open the door. Maybe there's a workaround.
All right. Sure, maybe we could lie to him.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Wow. Okay. So you won't talk about the murder, but maybe you can tell us something about the murder victim's missing armor.
What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells?
Isn't armor art? Art for the body?
Ugh, alright. Sad piggy. I'll give you this one. I saw a little girl in the fishing village running around with military-grade handwear. Looked cute as hell.
Could that girl have been little Lily? It's not a bad place to start.
I know a little girl in the village, little Lily.
Could have been her. Small kid with giant white armored hands. If you've seen one of them, you've seen them all.
There weren't any other small girls in the village.
Catch you later.
Kingdom of Conscience. The Kingdom of Conscience will be exactly as it is now. Moralists don't really have beliefs. Sometimes they stumble on one, like on a child's toy left on the carpet. The toy must be put away immediately, and the child reprimanded. Centrism isn't change, not even incremental change. It is control over yourself and the world. Exercise it. Look up at the sky, at the dark shapes of the coalition airships hanging there. Ask yourself, is there something sinister in moralism? And then answer, no. God is in his heaven. Everything is normal on earth.
How sinister. Moralist dialogue options heal +1 morale. Learning cap for volition raised to 5, and learning cap for logic raised to 5. Okay. Not bad. What is this tingling noise? I just want to check something. What if I try to max out conceptualization?
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Still too low. So the way I see it is that I basically play with two dices. I basically use 2d6s. If I get a double 6, it's like a critical, and I always win. But a double 1 is a critical failure. Whatever other number I get, it will get the bonus of my skill, which right now is 7. Since this is impossible, the target number that I need to reach is 18. This means that I have to get from 7, it's gonna be 11. So yeah, that's pretty much impossible for me. Like, it's the odds are way too low. Hold on, what's that? Can I check that out? You're watching.
Give me a moment. Nah, nothing useful here. Huh. What is this? I have no idea. Could there be something that I could ask to you?
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Oh. I found my badge. Check it out, Joyce.
I love you did.
Fast, observantly, like an electronic printer. She is memorizing your badge number.
Oh, that's great. That feels very comforting.
Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois. I am glad to see a man of high qualification. The situation is precarious. What can I help you with, Lieutenant Freighter?
Absolutely nothing. I just came here to get 5 XP. Guess now I'll just fuck off. Man, things really are precarious if I trying to get just a little bit of XP just to go forward. Man. It's closed.
There's no way to listen to the tape without a working tape player or portal reel at hand. A pawn shop would have a tape player.
Okay, good to know. But first, I gotta go to the fisherman shacks and look for the little girl. Okay, maybe not. Maybe it's, yeah, 10 p.m. It's way too late. Everyone has gone to sleep except for the old lady here. And you too.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer?
That's my motor carriage in the sea, by the way.
Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea?
I wasn't feeling it. It's an installation. Very conceptual.
An installation? Us poor people are stupid and don't get installations. All I see is a heap of trash. This actually calls for a funeral, I think.
You are suggesting we honor the carcass of my former motor carriage.
Aye. Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all?
What an odd thought. Maybe I should.
Why odd? Our things are a part of our life world. They're made with our human sweat and they share human history. We should care about them as we care about humans. To some extent, at least.
Life world. Someone's been reading up on last century Gottwaldian philosophers. Play it cool now.
Alright, I mean, but organizing a funeral takes a lot of time and effort, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early June. And where are you going to bury it? Who to invite? What music to play at the wake? Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals. It's easiest to just leave them there and let nature take care of it.
Noted.
That's all we have time for right now anyway. Come back here in June and see how you feel about it then. It's not like it's going anywhere.
It's a pity we don't get to do more frivolous set activities, like rejuvenate the doomed commercial area, or
Yes, that is a pity. But for now, let's focus on the things we do get to do. Like the murder investigation, for example.
that, yeah.
You like the Capri funeral idea?
I'm looking for someone else, actually.
Oh? Who?
That's it.
Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
I'm just joking. Oof. Anything else I could do? Probably not. Maybe I could try getting in? I don't know. Is it possible? No, it's not possible. It's too late. I hate the fact that I couldn't get Gary. I hate that so much. Oh, right, I was supposed to report to Morel. Let's go. Let's go there. See? Cheeky bastard left.
Hello, officer. I think I almost have it. A new trap design, that is. I know you're skeptical, but I have a good feeling about this.
I had a chat with Kuna.
So it was just a child.
Thank you for telling us, sweetie. This is good news, right? It means we can try again.
She acts chipper, but something's changed in her tone. A hidden worry.
Yeah, you're right. We just need to restock the empty trap. Then we'll need to inspect the traps one more time. And then maybe we can.
Oh man.
He has a 38-degree fever. His resilience has given way.
Darling, I told you to take it easy. You're getting sick. Maybe it's time to go home.
You're right, you're right. We can come back next season, when it's warmer.
That's just something people tell themselves when they fail.
Again, it's not like I'm gonna do anything useful for the case anyway. What do I have again? All right, nothing. So let's do this.
We are getting really carried away with this, aren't we? Fine, it's better than having these people get pneumonia on the coast. But after this...
He wants to see this tale through as much as you. Otherwise, he'd have stopped this already. But he cannot let it drag out after this.
Really? It's too much, officer.
Finding Elysium Phasmid. Oh, okay.
What Morel means is we're grateful for your help.
Here's a fresh scratch of locust. They should slide right down the funnel. And thank you again. We will definitely mention you, should this lead to a discovery. I'm not talking co-discovery, of course, but...
Yeah, I'm going.
The trap stands empty near the reeds. No insect sounds or movement around. Only the reeds' apprehensive hissing. The locusts, dazed from being transported, slowly begin to acclimate to their new surroundings. They're not really going to get the chance to get comfortable here.
Good, now that's done. When do you think we will return to our impending apocalypse of a murder investigation? Don't answer that. It was a rhetorical question.
Hello, dear. It's good to see a familiar face.
I restocked the empty trap. Where's Morel?
Thank you for doing that, dear.
Her smile is weary. Her earlier ebullience has left her.
Morel still isn't feeling well. I convinced him to stay at Gary's to get some rest. I'm afraid the cold has really gotten to him.
It's probably for the best. It's awfully cold out there in those reeds.
I'm sorry, dear. You've had to drudge through them so many times. Such is field work. A young person's game, as they say.
Her voice is shaky. What is going on here?
So, who's going to check the traps?
Morel will eventually, or we'll talk Gary into going back out, perhaps.
The lieutenant stares at his shoe, caked in mud. He doesn't say anything.
Once more onto the bridge, then.
That really is too much, sweetie. Thank you for your dedication, but I can see you're coming down with a cough yourself.
Very strange. Why is she not letting you do this? It's like she's given up.
Lena, what's wrong? You seem different.
Different? How?
Answering a question with a question, for example. Defensive isn't her usual style.
You're on the back foot.
I'm in doubt, sweetie. That's all. Everyone is now and then.
About what?
It's a strange feeling. I haven't really told this to anyone, but you are a police officer. Do you ever wonder if some lovely story from your childhood is just that? A story? Or a dream? Seeing the Insulindian phasmid was just a story I used to tell people. I didn't really think about whether it was real or not.
But Morel told me you've seen it. You also told me.
Morel's so proud of it. He always tells everyone.
A terrible sting in the heart. Regret.
Are you saying you made it up?
No, at least I don't think I did, but Morel was so eager to believe my story was evidence of the phasmid's existence. That I'm some queen of the cryptozoologists. That, and for years his belief made me believe too. But now we're both getting old and he's still working himself sick out in those reeds looking for it. But what if I was just wrong? I think I was.
The lieutenant opens his notebook, but doesn't write anything.
Oh, man. No, I don't want to risk it. Not in this case. But then again... Man, red skill checks are scary, aren't they? I feel like this is the option I would choose. But 58%. I failed much better odds in this game. To hell with this. I still believe you saw the phasmid.
A true believer. Sometimes I still see it too. The real memory of it. How it was there. Not the memory of the memory, but It's so hard to tell the two apart. Either way, I should go. Poor Morel is running a fever, and I need to get him home to Jamrock before we overstay our welcome with Gary.
Are you sure you don't need help getting to Gary's?
Oh no, thank you, but I can get there on my own. This old thing is gas-powered. And then a taxi home. It's not so bad.
You do that, I'll check the traps one more time.
Really?
Oh, sweetie. Please don't get stuck on a dream. Take it from me and Morel.
Can I have your address just in case there's news?
Okay, it's 1113 Tabernacle Road, Jamrock, but...
A sigh. She doesn't think you'll need it.
It's been a pleasure, ma'am.
Likewise, sweetie. Thank you for everything. Truly. Even though it turned out to be a
waste of time. A lie. A fool's hope, say her lips moving in silence. Like that, she drives off. The gas engine sputters quietly as she gets to the doors, then pushes them open. Outside, the cold coastal wind blows.
Wow, that noise. That freaking wheelchair sounds like a steam train.
We should go too.
Should I check another time? I mean, who knows? We live in a world where the pale is a thing. Let's just check one more time. Just in case. You never know.
A few locusts trudge along the wall of the trap. The rest are piled in a heap in the corner, dead. No phasmid anywhere. Poor things. The trap is filled with dead and dying locusts. Most of them aren't moving anymore. You still can't see a phasmid anywhere. Poor things.
I don't think there is anything to see in those traps. I will check the last one just for completion's sake, but it's probably no hope.
The trap is full of locusts, but they seem weak and unhealthy. A few lie on their backs with their legs twitching. Still, no phasmid. Poor things.
Nope. Oh, you're still open. That's nice, actually.
Greetings on this fine night. What brings you here?
Do you know anything about the traffic menace on the loose?
Traffic? I'm sorry, officer, but I don't drive.
Didn't you hear it when the traffic menace drove over your roof?
Now that I think about it, I do remember hearing a thunderous noise the other night. Some kind of powerful electric vortex hitting the shop, and then moving on.
That sure narrows down our list of suspects.
A vortex sounds fascinating.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. I didn't really know what to make of it, but I know it meant something.
Do you have any recordings of the Coldoma Madaqua?
The Coldoma Madaqua? Sorry, I would never have guessed that you were that interested in ultrasonic sounds. Or birds, for that matter.
I've been really into all kinds of art lately. Experimental things, you know?
What an interesting development. Well, it's been a long while since I've gone hunting for the Coldoma Madaqua. Once knew a group of young musicians who decided they didn't want to play music anymore, and started looking for all kinds of interesting sounds instead.
That sounds so cool.
Cool or not, one of them was obsessed with recording the Coldoma Madaqua, and he was one of those passionate people who know a lot about all kinds of strange things. So he got the rest of us to join in his search.
And did you ever find it?
We thought we did. We got together all these recordings of unusual sound patterns, compared them, cut them up and combined them into the Symphonia Coldoma Madaqua.
Can I listen to it?
Unfortunately, I don't have any recordings from my old life. None at all. But I do have a tape with some ultrasonic sounds that might be what you're looking for.
Do we really have time for this?
It's almost 11 in the night, Kim. Why are you even awake? Spin that bird song.
This recording comes from down the coast. Wasn't looking to record anything specific. Just left a recording device there one morning. Keep in mind, I have to slow this one down enough to make sounds well over 200 kilohertz audible to the human ear. It will be strange.
And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for strange, my friend.
As the hum grows louder, modulating but always unnaturally uncomfortably low, like it's coming not from the speakers, but also from inside. inside your chest. Breathing is becoming difficult.
Let's check our stamina, I guess. This guy can die from vibrations.
Not good, not good. You're about to start suffocating. You have to stop this.
Man, I called it.
He nods to you, reassuringly, just as more diverse, higher-pitched sounds, some random, some appearing to form patterns, hit your eardrums. Seabirds most likely, gulls and such.
Seagulls.
And skewers, but...
Yeah, hold on. I might die this night. A new high-pitched shivering sound.
That's it. The signal in the noise. The thin whisper. A low range of sounds is easier to handle with a focal point, but still troubling. You are mesmerized by the sounds, but also feel nausea welling up as the motif continues, then begins to recede, dissolving in what must be the sound of water lapping at the bank.
You know, now that I've listened to it on these new speakers, it's not the cold Mamadakwa. Wrong patterns, wrong photons. Probably some insect trying to sing higher than its predators can hear. Still, fascinating, aren't they? Early morning sounds.
Cool. Do you have here?
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags.
Nah, I'm looking for a tape recorder.
The boomboxes wait on the shelves, and your boombox, that gold and amber Harmon Waushi, stares at you longingly with its tape reel eyes.
I could actually buy this. What's here?
Wow, a very large red t-shirt with an impressive print stands out from the other garb.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah, the print depicts a muscled man striding toward you, a giant sword in each hand, encircled by burning embers. Behind him is a cluster of cabins engulfed in flames. Beneath him are the words, Hyundal burning.
Yeah, the man from Hyundal. Why would I sniff the t-shirt? Why? Alright, sniff the t-shirt. Okay, if for one, I'll give you this one. Okay, I'll give you this one. I'm gonna give you a bone this time. Go on, get weird, do your thing.
Smells like worn cotton and a little old sweat there.
I don't know what I expected.
Worn cotton with a side of flea market or trash bin.
Sniffing is okay, but please don't try anything on. Can't have you leaving your photon emissions in the fabric of things you're not going to buy.
This guy really likes photons. Now this sentence has a completely different meaning for me because I just sniffed the t-shirt. You know, I was gonna say, yeah, that's a rad Man from Hyundai t-shirt you got there. But now I sniffed the t-shirt and then I'm going to say, that's a rad Man from Hyundai t-shirt you got there. You see, it's a completely different scenario now. Now it's weird.
Hell yeah, man. I don't usually carry printed tees, but this one was just pure exemplar.
I'm a big fan of the man from Helmdall too.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that I'm a fan, but I do think the Helmdalaman saga is an integral part of our shared reality. Most people don't think that the man from Helmdall really existed, but they're wrong.
What do you mean?
I mean, even if the man from Helmdall didn't exist before the adventure novels, the stories have made it so that he has. It's simple, really.
Okay.
Oh my god. Kim has to be the best straight man I've ever seen.
You sound skeptical. It's not that complicated. All that's required is a more robust understanding of cause and effect.
If you say so.
Besides, I've been to Kotla, though not quite as far north as the Helmdall, and watched northern lights travel across the sky. Very unique, energetic tides there.
It's for the best, because Eamdal is not a real place, and thus he could not have gone there. His theory isn't exactly incoherent, but its logic does suggest some unusual neural activity. Interesting.
How much?
2 real.
But it's a present.
That's dirt cheap.
Yeah. Can't you just give it to me for free then?
But why?
The man from Helmdall is a superstar. I'm a superstar. He will be perfect.
I suppose that makes sense, yes. Please go ahead and take it.
That was
Welcome
easy.
to Helmdall.
That was easy. Let me check it out. Cool. -2 authority. -2 authority. Why? Because I look like a nerd? Is that what you're implying?
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
Is that a street light?
Yes, officer. As you see, it's in perfect working order.
His manner is casual, but his speech is careful, measured. He wants you to know that he has nothing to hide.
How much?
700 real. A bargain, I dare say.
Even taking into account the risk of obtaining the light, that seems a bit steep.
There's also the matter of rewiring, but the most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago.
I see. Well, let's get the boombox.
The boomboxes wait on the shelves, and your boombox, that gold and amber Harmon Waushi, stares at you longingly with its tape reel eyes.
And here you are, quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll play anything, wherever, Turn any tape into a conversation of sounds and shapes.
Let's go. just like that.
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reel's attached to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader.
Press play.
You press the large button marked Commencer, and the tape starts spinning. There's a small delay before the song starts playing. Then the organ starts playing a simple, melancholic tune echoing in the hallway. A lone singing voice joins in, telling you about the tiniest church in Cessons, surrounded by even tinier yard. You almost feel the seaside mist on your skin. It's mega sad. Within seconds you know, this is the one, the real shit you've been looking for. The one you trust your room to that Claudia told you about. Perform it. A click, then silence for a bit.
Battery low.
The tape stops spinning.
And then my headset was running out of battery. Oh, it's already midnight. But I gotta do this. I gotta finish this stream with a bang. I'm gonna sing karaoke tonight.
Of course you could sing this. You could take sad to a whole new level with this. And you already know the lyrics since you've listened to it like 1,000,000 times. Yep, they're all here. All 3 verses. And the B-side of the tape contains the instrumental version. It's like the world itself is telling you to do it. Only one obstacle stands on your way.
Nothing can stop me now.
Gart. You have to convince Gart to let you sing karaoke in the whirling. After you've won him over, you can express yourself. Let the pain out. Make everyone understand. The lieutenant looks at you as you remove the tape from the boombox. He doesn't say anything.
Where is this music coming from? Is it the boombox? There is something happening. Hey, measure it. What's happening?
The unpromising race pupil returns.
Nah, nothing interesting. Just racist shit. What is happening?
Oh, hey, mister. I nearly be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They could only get so far before they're aching to get back. And lots of folk really did keep coming back. No trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all.
I need to understand. There's a party. I need to know. What is this? I'm seriously wondering, is it the boombox? Okay, maybe it was the boombox. Maybe. I was getting excited over nothing.
Hey, was there something you needed?
Guards, I need to sing karaoke now.
No, you don't. It's not happening.
Oh, come on, guards.
He tries not to look at you. It's dangerous to acknowledge the karaoke man. You need to approach this situation logically. Ask him why he has the PA system installed if you can't use it.
Why do you even have the PA system if no one's going to use it?
It's for no one. It's a prop. I'm not letting anyone use it after the great karaoke catastrophe of 44.
What happened in 44?
A lot of people got killed because some arsehole wanted to sing karaoke.
When was the last time you had a band play here?
It's not for bands, it's for clients. Some clients, okay? Not you.
I'm a real client. I've paid my bills and I have the right to use the karaoke machine.
Ha! Well, we don't have any tapes. They all got stolen.
He's lying, but whatever. You don't really need his lame tracks.
It's alright, I have my own song with me.
The man in the vest and the violet shirt stares at the tape you've just given him. He begins to frown. Hard.
Fine, fine. Climb on that stage and do your thing. Just get out of my hair. I'll plug it in for you. Damn this karaoke machine.
I'm having it uninstalled, he mumbles to himself.
Okay, okay. I got a dress for the occasion. There you go.
The stage is all set up for your performance. Feels silent. You can hear the pellets creak under your feet.
It's funny how at this point in the game I have the feeling that I will never get separated from my tar bag. It became a part of me, part of my identity. I am the tear cop. That's the kind of cop I am.
You feel a little dizzy, a little unsteady suddenly.
So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel.
Oh boy. Look, Kim, I'm going to sing karaoke.
I can see that.
Look around the room.
The bar is full and buzzing with chatter. No one is paying you any attention, but still you feel your knees turn to noodles. Okay, now a couple is looking at you. Even worse, they are going to hate you. Just make sure you move, okay? Don't be stiff.
Okay, I'm ready now. I am absolutely ready. 92%, come on.
The air is thick with anticipation. Someone dims the lights as the music starts. Okay, here we go.
I would often go there, to the tiny church there, the smallest church in Saint-San, though it once was larger. How the realm may rest there. Down through the mist there, toward the Seven Sisters, toward those pale cliffs there. I would often stay there, in that tiny yard there. I have been so glad here, looking forward to the past here. But now, you are all alone. None of this matters. No, none of this matters at all.
I think the ancient reptilian brain is satisfied.
A lazy applause fills the room. You feel your hands shake as awareness of your body returns to you.
I would like to dedicate this song to Contact Mike. Should I dedicate this to somebody? I don't know. You know what? Thank you, ancient reptilian brain.
There is silence now, in the deep, where the voice came from. It has receded, to return only in dreams and nightmares. This guy really carried you.
Yeah, true. Dedicating it to guards, it's like... You know what, Kim? If I have to dedicate this to somebody, that would be you. You're the only one here who's actually on my side, so...
The lieutenant doesn't say anything, but gives you a quick smile before turning away. He's incapable of blushing, but if he weren't, he'd blush.
Good, good. Are we ready? I want to unplug the microphone now.
Last words?
Thank you, Martinez. Well, I think we can end this here. I think we did the thing. We did a cool thing. I even got some experience. I think I will need to upgrade logic soon. But I will deal with this next time. Let's just save the game. It's getting late. I have the feeling that maybe the song was meant to be... You were meant to sing the song when the Hardy Boys were present, because at some point the camera just panned on their room and it was empty and it was a bit awkward, like the game... It was like the game was trying to tell me something. But I was like, I don't know, man, I don't give a shit about the Hardy Boys. So I didn't really care if they were present or not. It's not like I care for them to hear me sing. What are they gonna do? Are they going to be moved by my song and confess? That would be stupid, ain't it? So, this has been fun. Now I just need to... Yeah, I think I will basically go to sleep after this. I mean, in the game. I'm also going to sleep in real life too, but whatever. In any case, thank you very much for watching. If you like what you're seeing here in my channel, you may consider subscribing. My activity in this channel has been a little bit irregular. I didn't really have, like, I have a schedule, but I mostly, you know, to be honest with you, I'm mostly streaming Disco Elysium because I want to play Disco Elysium, mostly. But if you ever want to follow my activities in the future, I can tell you that starting from April, my schedule is going to change dramatically, because I'm going to set up a new schedule, and I'm also going to do some video editing. I actually decided that I want to do some videos where I basically cut the best moments of the streams. And I also thought about doing some other things. I'm going to work on numerous projects starting on April. And I'm going to use my YouTube channel as a hub of communication, basically. There's a lot of stuff that I got brewing, but I'm only going to start everything on April. Now, well, now I can't really do that. Now I have some business to deal with first. In any case, thank you for keeping me company, and if you wanna see what's next, my next stream is going to be Saturday morning at 11 European time. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.